Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope all of you can hear me. Can you all hear me? Amin dengar suara saya tak? Amira? Arfah? Imran, can you hear my voice?
Boleh.
Dengar sir.
Okay, good. Okay, just before that, because this is my first time using WebEx class, can you all please on your camera for a while? Okay, I can see Imran, Spider-Man. Aida, I can see. Okay. Shami, I can see. Siapa ni? Shami, I can see. Haziq, I can see. Ucok pun ada. Okay. Shami tadi nampak. Hisham, okay. Nur Hisham. Oh, dia dekat hostel lah Hisham. Hashim, Nur Hashim. Dekat hostel lah.
Ya, betul sir.
Okay, good. Ashikin. Okay, saya nampak. Aida pun saya nampak. Okay, good. Haziq, okay, clear. Okay, never mind. At least I can see lah. Cuk, ni bawa kipas tu apa? Alright, never mind. Okay. So you just on your cameras for a while. Nanti bila dah okay sikit kita. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Once again, welcome back to our class. Welcome back to maksud dia welcome back to the semester lah. Okay. So this is semester March 2022. Class with me is on every Monday 2 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and group A will be again with me on Thursday at 11 o'clock, and group A and group B will be again with me on Thursday lah. Okay, so kita akan kelas hari Monday 2 o'clock and on Thursday 11 o'clock. Okay, so today's class is actually supposed to start at 2. Kalau ikutkan timetable yang baru, kita akan bermula at 2 o'clock. Okay, so hari ni memang kita start lambat lah. Okay, but for the next class we will start again at 2 o'clock. Okay, alright. So this semester we are going to use WebEx all the way. I'm still in the midst of trying how to maneuver myself in WebEx, but shouldn't be an issue lah. Okay, issue should be fine. Welcome back again once again. So semester ini you will be with me, CSC204 operating systems. So we are going to look at operating systems until week 14, and you are coming back for face-to-face class from week 19 to week 14. Yeah. So from week 9 until week 14, you will have face-to-face class with me. Am I right? So sekarang ni we will have the class online, but starting from week 9 until week 14, we will have class face-to-face. Okay. Okay. Let me just show you a little bit of the scheme of work that we are going to do this semester. Okay. So we are going to have basically 4 chapters. Okay. Semua nota saya ada dalam your future, so you can get my notes from there. But that notes only has 3 chapters. Sebabnya di chapter 3 towards the end punya syllabus tu dah dipecahkan to chapter 4. Okay, So the notes there is still relevant as well. Okay, so we are going to do chapter 1 over here, chapter 1.2, 1.3, then chapter 2, 2.2, 2.3, 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3. And if you look at my notes, chapter 3.4 now has become chapter 4 by itself. Okay, chapter 4 by itself. So your assessment before your final exam will be 50%. Okay, 50%. So 50% will be given to you before your final exam. Okay, I repeat, before your final exam. So you will have one assignment here, 10%, and then you'll have one lab exercise, another 10%, and then you will have only one test, which is another 20%, and you will have one quiz, which is 10%. Okay, one quiz kat sini does not mean only one. That means what we are going to do, normally what I do is I will do a quiz after each chapter. Habis chapter 1, kita buat satu quiz. Habis chapter 2, kita buat satu quiz. Or maybe quiz chapter 2 and chapter 3, kita combine. Okay, so quiz 10%, test 20%, test cuma ada one test only, lab exercise 10%, assignment 10%. So before your final exam, you will be having 50%. And then bila masuk your final exam, you will have another 50%. So that is how we are going to assess you this semester. So cuma there's only two groups, group 3A, 3B, yeah. Okay, so this is your scheme of work again, right? Pecahan-pecahan dia lah. Okay, so that is how we are going to assess your Okay, so that is how we are going to assess your marks this semester. Okay, so if you were to look at chapter 1, okay, hari ni kita saja-saja tengok chapter 1. Before that, do you have any questions you want to ask me? Can you all hear me loud and clear? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, lah, okay.
Alright. So habis setiap class, I will download this recording and saya akan simpan dalam saya punya YouTube link. So you can get the notes from my YouTube link and you can study that whenever necessary. Alright, so that's one. Okay, so if you were to look at chapter 1, okay, chapter 1 kat sini. Okay, chapter 1, chapter 1. Okay, slides. Okay, chapter 1. Okay, so we are going to understand what is operating system. Okay, what is operating system? So in chapter 1.1, we are going to understand what is an operating system. So that is the main objective of this subject and also this topic. So in chapter 1, you are going to look at what is operating system, and you should be able to understand by the end of chapter 1 what is an operating system, what are the types of operating system, what can an operating system do and what can an operating system cannot do. Okay, so that is all about chapter 1. Okay, so I'm just going to show you randomly. Yeah, I'm not going to teach you anything today. We are just going to go briefly. So this is an example of what an OS is. So on this Thursday, I will teach you, I will explain to you what is an OS. What can an OS do? Okay, so bear in mind, an OS, an operating system, is different or is totally different from an application system. Application system tu macam Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, those are application systems. But when we talk about operating system, it's more than that. Okay, operating system is the system that actually controls your phone, your personal computer or your computer itself. Okay, that's an operating system. If you're looking at your phone, then the operating system for your phone is an Android or an iOS. So these are the systems behind the hardware, which actually controls the hardware. So in an operating system, okay, the operating system only or basically does two tasks: to recognize what are the inputs from the user and also send the output. Okay, so these are the basic two main, and it also keeps track of all the files and controls all devices connected to your operating system, or connected to your PC, or connected to your device. Okay, so if we were to take your handphone, the Android or the iOS is the operating system. Okay, the Android or the iOS is an operating system. So the Android or iOS will recognize or will take in the inputs from the user. So in terms of the personal computer, it will recognize the inputs from the keyboard, from the mouse, from printer. Let's say the printer is printing something and then there's an issue with the printer, there's no more paper. So it will signal back to the operating system to inform the operating system there's an error in the printing. Next, the operating system also will send out information, like how you're looking at your screen. So whatever the operating system has processed, it will display back the screen. That's task number 2. Task number 3, the operating system will also keep track of all the directories and all the files. Okay, when I say directory, it means the folders, the files, whether it's a Word document file, Excel file, PowerPoint file, and so on and so forth. So this is the job of an operating system. And task number 4 is controls all the devices which is connected to your computer. What are the devices? Your printer, your mouse, your speakers, okay, your scanners. So these are all connected to the PC and is controlled by the operating system. So in this slide, what you need to understand is you need to understand the basic task of an operating system. So it can do 4 tasks: receive input, send output, keep track of file and directory, and also control the devices. So these are the basic 4 tasks that you need to know about an operating system. Bear in mind, these 4 tasks, or this in your final exam or your test, this question is always common. What is the task of an operating system? So you must understand there are 4 tasks: recognize input, deliver or send output, keep track of files and directory, and control all devices. So this is the 4 main tasks of an operating system. Okay, so an operating system is the most important program that runs on a computer. So without an OS, we cannot run the computer. Without an OS, you cannot use your phone. Okay, so the OS is considered as an interface between the computer and the user. Okay, the OS is an interface between these two. So if you look at your phone, so the OS, which is Android, is an interface between the user and the computer or and the handphone. So OS is responsible for the management and coordination of activities and the sharing of the resources. What do you mean by sharing of resources? Because in the computer, there's only one RAM. And the RAM is limited. There's only one hard disk. The hard disks are all sometimes limited. So the operating system will control or will coordinate all the activities. What are the activities? Example of activities of an operating system is copy, paste, move, process. These are some activities of an operating system. Okay, so basically this is how the components of an operating system is connected. So you have your application software, hijau ni, or this one here. Applications are your Word document ke, your PowerPoint ke, your main game ke. These are all applications which is connected to the operating system and is connected to the drive, your hard disk, mouse, your printer, your keyboard, your monitor. So each of these devices will get whatever the operating system is doing. Example, if you go on an application, let's say we go on an application, Microsoft PowerPoint. If you click on the PowerPoint, operating system will look where is the file for PowerPoint inside your hard disk, process and deliver the output inside the monitor. That's why I say there are 4 main tasks. One is to get the input from the user, then send the output to the devices, then control and look at all the files and directory. Basically, this is how the operating system looks like. Okay, and these are some of the basic computers which were available since the first generation of computer. So what you see now is what we say is the 5th generation. Okay, this you can read it on your own. How we started with the first generation computer. We have the vacuum, those PCs yang besar tu. So these are how it looks like. Second generation. And this is an example of punch card. We use this during the 80s when each hole here actually keeps track of all the characters inside a process or program. Then we have the 3rd generation, and these are some of the operating systems involved. Okay, all right. So if you look at your personal computer, personal computers have single user, one user only, which is yourself. Okay, and it has good GUI, graphical user interface. So these are some examples of operating system: XP, Vista, Mac, Linux. So these are all examples of operating system. So you should be also able to identify types of operating system. This is a normal question they'll ask during your final exam or during your test. Examples of operating system. So you should be able to recognize, or you should be able to name at least 5 operating systems which are available in the market. Okay, Windows pun dah banyak dah. Windows 95, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows XP, Windows 2000. Windows itself is a few types of operating system. Okay, so this we will cover on the next class. Today I will stop early. I won't go through too detail for the first class. Okay, we'll go through detail. We'll stop here and we will continue back on Thursday. Okay, I've not created the attendance yet. Once I've created the attendance for today in UFuture, and then please sign your attendance in UFuture. Okay, all right. So I won't go into too detail today. I will stop here, and probably we will see you back again on Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday we will see you back, and we will continue back on chapter 1 where we left off. Please get your notes from my UFuture files, and all the notes are there, and I'll be using my notes, the notes over there, for the whole duration of this semester. Okay. I don't think you will have any questions for today because this is just the first day of class. For the next class, I will send an invitation. Just before that, I will send you a link, a Google Drive link on the WhatsApp. Please write down your email address, and I will send an invitation for the next class using your email address, and you click accept, and then you'll be much more easier for us to start the class. You don't have to wait for me to join the class. Once you accept the invitation yang saya about to send you ni, then for the next class and onwards, it will be much easier. You can just come in immediately. You don't have to wait for me to admit you inside this class. Okay? Alright? I will see you again in the next class on Thursday at 11 o'clock. Alright? Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you.